6 for me, so maybe that's the sacred number. This game with YouTube and everything, the technicalities, the energies, so much energy, so much energy. So we're shifting, we're evolving. I'm going through my personal stuff. My class is going through stuff. Everybody's going through stuff. We have had the most epic August probably ever. If you haven't acknowledged yourself for everything you've done or been or walked through in August, you should do it now. Big hugs for everybody. Yeah. Okay, because wow, that's interesting. My voice sounded really strange there. Somebody coming in already is now we're moving towards the equinox, and we're moving towards an eclipse, October 14th. Try not to travel that day. And the equinox is the 23rd of September. Here, the Mayans celebrate it for 3 days, so right around that time. And these are both big portals where we have a huge transformation. And so everything we're doing every day, every meditation you do, every yoga you do, every one of these activations and journeys that you do here, whatever it is that you're doing is getting you ready for the next portal. So today, I'm so excited. So today, I'm just fascinated listening to my voice. Who is this? Didn't sound like this earlier. How interesting. Excuse me. Okay, well, it's not bothering me. It's just different. So we've been talking about ancient Greece and intuitive guidance and what to do when your heart calls you to do something that you were planning to do and is a little bit out of your comfort zone for certain reasons, and not out of your wheelhouse or not out of your soul's desires or not out of what you love to do. However, out of context for the way you've been thinking about yourself and the way you've been thinking about what's possible in your life. So what does that mean? That the soul is always knocking on the door, bringing us opportunities like follow your bliss and doors will open where there once were walls. And they're going to open only for you. So when you go on your daily quest in your lovely life, you have doors open that aren't there for anybody else. And it sounds bad to the fair, logical mind, like, but that's not fair. This is a soul level thing. This is the design of your soul that you now get to know yourself. The Oracle says, know thyself. I think that was in the Matrix too, by the way. The One or the Oracle, what do they, do they call her the Oracle too? Maybe they do. Maybe that's why they use that. Know thyself. So what does that mean? Well, it's not like, oh, I'm, a woman and I do this and I like that and this and that. Okay. That's who you're being. Great. But you have an underlying pattern happening here. You have a pre-designed destiny. You don't have to follow the most optimal path of your destiny. You can follow any path you want. You can wander off for 200 lifetimes or 20 minutes. You can go over here and collect a whole lot of wisdom points and certain powers and a couple of magical tools. It's just like the games that are online now, right? All of this gathering powers by going on quests and facing fears, like killing demons or something. This is the archetypical journey. This is the hero's journey. And this is where this archetype journey, these myths, these stories that are so powerful in our psyche, that are embedded in our very cells. Now, every culture on earth has similar ones. But there's something that happened with ancient Greece and our current culture, people who are alive right now in bodies in this timeline, that it's a part of what's embedded into us. We really look at it as the father of civilization and philosophy and medicine and all of this stuff. So the wisdom, though, didn't just come from the people. It didn't just come from the Oh, and tell me if you can't hear me. uh, I'm using my okay headset, but hi guys. Oh, hi Kim. Oh, you have, yes, you said you had flamingos, and I haven't shared yet in the groups this morning on my beach walk watching the sunrise, which was friggin' epic. It's about to leave the beach, so I'm like every morning. And sometimes Kim knows I see a flock of flamingos. Now, they're not common over the ocean, they're common over the lagoons over there a little ways. And so I don't see them that often, and they're my super special friends. And so in the mornings, I keep a careful eye open, and I'm seeing a few other birds and whatever. And then I'm staring and I'm watching these two birds come towards me, and they're big. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably pelicans. And the more they come close to me, I still can't really make it out, but I could feel them. I go, oh, something's happening. And I pull out my phone and I'm turning my camera and I go, it's magical, it's magical. Whenever I see flamingos, I talk. And then I was able to get 2 pictures and an awesome video, because I had time to like zoom in, and I was like, followed them right over my head. And there were just 2, which is really weird. So Flamingo Day. Yes, I think that's wonderful. I saw flamingos. Where did I see them? Somewhere way on the other side of the planet. I saw a video recently with them. So hi, Samantha and Kim and Julie and Marnie. Hello, my darling. Unicorns, woot. Hello, Tracy from Jamaica and Lucille. Hello, darling. Oh, hugs, hugs. I will take the hugs. I will take the hugs. Oh, good. You're finally seeing me. Yes, it's been a whole thing. Oh, yay. Everybody can hear me. Wonderful, wonderful. I love my flamingos. It's so special when we go to town, which is only about once a month, unless we're having a lot of back problems and we got to go to the chiropractor more or something like that. We drive by the lagoons, and sometimes, depending which way we go, and hope to see them, but they're not always there. And then sometimes there's a gazillion of them there. So it's very special in the morning when I go out, and I figured out that they like to go just before the sun comes up. So that's kind of a special time to see them going up and down the beach, at least where I live. So talk about messengers. Woo, yay. Okay, well, so talking about nature. So, the philosophy and the, Socrates and the medicine and Hermes and all of these things, democracy, and that we inherited really into our heads, right? It went into Rome, and it's really just come pantheons from really before Babylon and Sumeria even all had the similar types of gods, these representatives of different aspects of energy and nature and the parts of energy that formed form. And it's fascinating because if you read into Greek mythology, it goes way back before the Olympian gods that we know. It goes back to, I think, their 5th wave. I think it's like the 1st wave, the 2nd wave, the 3rd wave. And this is mind-blowing to me because I feel like I'm on this mystical, magical, it's like a mystery. It is like a mystery because this stuff nobody really knows. And we have little pieces of truth and a whole lot of bullshit. And then to go in intuitively to what's there, I consume it. And then bam, bam, certain things hit me. And I run off like finding out this whole Asclepius. Oh, I got to get better at saying his name. The god of healing or demigod of healing, and his daughters who are all these pillars of healing, and the process and the centers and how they were everywhere. There were over 300 of them. And there was a very specific spiritual healing process that then over time, other things were added. There were baths and all that, but they started to add different forms of herbs and cleanses and medicines of this kind and so on. And so to understand that to me is this piece of mystery, of power, of communication, because you went into the temple after you went through a day of being prepared beautifully, spa-like, and then filled with miracles. And then you sleep in a special temple where the god and his daughters are going to come to you during the night. And they're going to do or give you a message or do things to you. And in the morning, you directly communicate what you received to the holy men, the medicine women, the priest or priestesses, however you want to put it, that ran the place. And then they would take that message through you direct from the God, the essence of healing, the whole concept of healing, that making whole again. So you come there because you have an ailment in your body or your mind or your heart or your purpose in life. And then they help interpret that and start to give you healings while you're there for a week or whatever you need to be. And so isn't that amazing where did that go? Right? Why did we forget that entire spiritual aspect and allowing you to be the receiver of your divine download? You be the receiver. You be the one that talked to God. Just bring it over here and I'll help you decipher it. Holy shit, that's the way it should be. But we were taught the other way. We were taught, no. You have to go to this priest or this parent or this authority or this teacher or this whatever boss, and they all know what's best. They'll all tell you what's true. Or they'll be the ones that will talk to source or to the spirit guides or to the earth, right? All these energies that are here. So what's really fun is that we're going to do, your own magical mystery tour. I know it is. We're going to just start going all over the world and awakening the magic. From when I left, I was in the Redwoods when I left the US almost 8 years ago. Oh my gosh. It'll be 8 years a month from yesterday that I left, and I didn't know where I was going to go or where I was going to end up, and I didn't know I was going to be here for sure. And I went and meditated with the Redwoods every day. And I loved being deep in nature like that. And I've worked with Pan, the god of nature, for a very long time. There's a system called MAP, M-A-P. It's a MAP healing program. And it's a book. You just get the book. It's a simple system. And it's one of the many healing methods that I learned a very long time ago. And essentially you call him Pan and the overlighting Deva of healing. So remember, Devas, D-E-V-A, are nature spirits. They're like the spirit essence of a tree or all of that kind of tree. They are different from a fairy or an elf or a gnome, sylph, or other forms of the elemental spirits because, excuse me, they have a bigger presence. They have a bigger job, like a more overriding job. And you can go and sit by a tree and feel it and heal it from it. You could ask it questions and receive downloads. You could just sit with its essence and ask it to hold you, or just to lean in and hold each other, or to feel if there's an aura, or watch its leaves against the sky, and to watch your own aura, and then put your hand next to the tree and watch the two of your auras and just see as they start to reach out for each other until pretty soon they're touching or they're dancing. So there's a living, breathing essence in everything. And when we lost the concept that all life has a God in it, that idea that it has a living, conscious energy that is divine within it, we lost a lot because it took the magic out of everything. And what Pan says is that nature is the essence of life. It isn't how many things can you make, it's how many things can you grow. And nature understands the cycles. And nature doesn't mourn when the leaves fall off the trees. It just receives them back and takes them in and recomposts them, right, back into fuel. and into power. And this is the part of our process we've forgotten, is that our shit and our pain and our fear and our struggles and all of this stuff, no matter how long you feel you've been free of it. I don't know about you, but there's been a lot of old shit coming up, and it's a lot of that stuff that's super ooey dooey deep. And I've been walking in it because I have to. I have to stay in the emotion through it, or I will not get to my truth. So walking in the deep, deep shit is my specialty. And walking in it myself for as long as this one took was intense. Every day nature supported me. I live in nature. Now, yes, I have neighbors right on the other side of that wall. We share this wall. However, what I see is coconut trees and the ocean and the sky and clouds and my pool and my plants that are growing now after a year or so of getting to plant them. And this lushness, this life force, and I'm talking to the land. So everything is feeding me and I have a relationship with it. Well, when we knew and understood everything had a life force in it, then we went one step further and we started to communicate through myths and archetypes and stories. So the idea of the energies in the essence of water, sometimes being nymphs, you know, beautiful being women that were very attractive and desirable and had that pleasure aspect to it, or sylphs, which were more like mermaid type of energies that would play in the water, and then the codes in the water. And so we understand this now just as the feeling or the vibration, but these things come alive when they are given a chance to have a personality, to embody something. So to me, this has always been my life, maybe because I remembered Greek past lives as a child, but everything was always alive. Everything was a little thing and a little cutie pie and a little being. Even with my children, they still talk that way. And so, oh, the cute little guy, you know. And so this is a universe of divine consciousness of which we are one part of, and so many other things know so much, and they're at our fingertips for fun and joy. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and go meet Joy. Hi. And who's this? Oh, Sherry. Hi. And yeah, so we're going to go for diving in to play with Mr. Pan, and we're going to see who else comes forward. Gaia, of course, if we're playing with nature. So I didn't quite understand how to interpret when they said, we're going to walk. And I'm like, we're going to walk. We're going to go on a walk. We're going to go on a walking meditation. Oh, we're going to have the first video that I did that was no good. What did we have now? 3 that had a sound problem. Was so powerful, and it was like I started to like stream, like we went here and then we went here and then we went here and then we ended up and we were looking over the sunset at the Temple of Poseidon, which is what we are going to do on the last day, holding hands. And I started to cry. I could feel this sacred circle together holding hands and our feet and this ancient spirits of the gods right here in the temple and the stones, and everything was alive. Everything was so alive. And because we were there, we were receiving it, we were amplifying it, and not only were we getting it, but we were gifting it. It was radiating from us. So the profundity of this doing this work is amazing. And so I want you to think about the dirt is alive, and what is in the dirt? Well, there's insects and animals, but there's also minerals, and then there's crystals, and then there's rocks, and there's rivers, and there's oils, and on and on and on, and crystal vortexes, and all the way down to the crystalline liquid, lead liquid, I think it is, core, which we would call her heart, which is crystalline but liquid, and shifts. Very insanely powerful and groovy. So everything's alive, and Pan is been talked about. You know, he's a goat man with little horns, and he plays the flute, and he's famous for his flute and the magic that it plays. And in one of the many myths about him, he loved to play with the nymphs and the dryads, and and frolic and have fun. And he plays the flute. He makes the flute out of reeds of I can't forget what she was, a dryad? No, a nymph maybe, some nature spirit that he was in love with. And she was turned into reeds by one of the goddesses, I think, by Hera. And then, so he took some of those reeds and made his flute so that he was playing with his beloved. And that's why the music was magic. So I believe that his music holds frequencies of deep magic, and that this story is telling you, when it was like the Pied Piper, right? He's like frolicking along, happily skipping. He's a goat, back legs. He's got a tail. And his belly seems to be kind of human, but his back is furry. And then he has a little human face with some goatiness and little horns. I love goats. I had goats. They're just divinely fun and funny. And so he's happy, and he's like playing this music, and people are gathering, right? So this is a frequency for what? For joy. This is a frequency for play. This is a frequency for celebration, for being in the moment, for appreciating the richness of what we have. So the plants, and you can tune into plants that aren't even physically right there with you. So we're going to frolic, and we have an amazing thing to do. I believe we're going to be in the cave when we receive some messages, okay? So we're going to frolic along with my dear friend, Senor Pan. And we have 2 more shows. Maybe 3. I skipped the sacred stones speaking, so I'm going to do that tomorrow, and I'm moving the dolphins of Delphi to Tuesday because the dolphins have been getting kind of active, and I think they're going to start to want to come in through later in the week. So we're going to end with the dolphins of Delphi on Tuesday. And so keep in mind that we have a flow to this. Each one of these topics that's come in is about the ability to tune into an energy that's there, a spirit that's there, a god or a goddess or Pan or nature or a temple or a sacred place or a cave, where these energies are imbued. And this wisdom is imbued. And these gods and goddesses still exist. In fact, they're more tangible when you go to these places because people believed in them. And the more people believed in them, and the more people talked about them, and the more people honored them, and the more people, communicated with them, and then wrote stories about them, the more real, the more they became into this very tangible realm. So when you go someplace, any place, where somebody has been bringing their faith or their beauty or their love over and over and over, you can feel it, you can access it. Woohoo! It's going to be fabulous. So okay, we'll do that. That's what you told me. So let's pop over here. Now, if you want to come check out the shop, talk to me. I seriously know there's a few of you that are meant to be in Greece with me this time. And you can come next year too. But we have picked the dates for 2024, and they're going to be sometime in the first 2 weeks of May. It is going to be a longer retreat. It's going to include some islands and some thermal baths types of things maybe, or some other parts. And depending on what happens as we go this time to activate everything. So this is wrong. It says October. And I'm going to just do this real quick so we can not be printing that in our head. May. There we go. And we're going to be activating these temples, and then these temples are going to be speaking to me. I'm going to be receiving messages for everybody there in general. We're going to be having activations during, before, after, whenever is appropriate. And there's some caves around the base of the Acropolis that I found out about that were ancient caves that were used for different sacred purposes and honoring, like as temples to goddesses before they built this fancy stuff, right? This is ancient, from much, much further back than just these temples. And then there's places on this hill over here behind that I'm going to be exploring for more nature places where Pan will be taking us for meditation. So we'll be finding more. We're going to be activating this time and finding more of these amazing places. Plus, we're going to be going to the sacred islands of Delos and Crete and maybe some place else, because wow, oh wow, are the temples on these islands mind-boggling. So when you go, you collect key codes. When you come back, you are different. You are awakened. You are accelerated. Whatever is going on right now, if you set aside a week, week and a half, whatever this would take you, to go now, you're going to be so much further ahead in your path by the time Halloween comes at the end of October. That's what they kept telling me today. They said, find the people who want to make a quantum leap before Halloween. There's no way you can come on this trip in October 1st and not be massively transformed. And it doesn't matter what it is. Bring all your baggage, bring all of your fears, bring all of whatever you're going through or your frustrations, whatever it is, bring it. Because that's what this is about. This is a profound, profound healing. All right, so this is the Temple of Zeus, and we're going to be there. We're going to be up there. We're going to be at the temples of Athena. We're going to be at the Agora, and we're going to be, oh my gosh, we're going to be doing some amazing stuff. So God, the Pan, the god of nature, and Gaia, of course, being the primordial goddess, not just the earth, the creator of earth and all, us and everything. The nature spirits are maybe lesser gods. You could think about them. Remember, we're using the word God, not to mean God. Okay, it's an embodiment. They're not really ascended masters, but you could call it an ascended master, right? It's a being that embodies a different state and has different qualities and gifts than you and I, and is attached to something in form. Now, I highly, highly recommend the books by Michael Rhodes, Talking to Nature, or with Nature, and Being with Nature, I think is what it's called, because Pan comes in the second book and becomes the guide to take this man who was completely oblivious to all subtle life forms and this kind of thing, poisoning everything and being a farmer and so on, to talking to nature, and it becoming so profound that Pan came and began to take him on a journey over time where he would take him into becoming water, becoming crystal. And this is a possibility for us. We will see what happens today. So tomorrow I'm going to talk to the ancient stones because it's just too friggin' cool. So I was going to skip it, but they were like, no, I have to talk to the temples and to the stones. So we've gone and we've talked about some of the gods that they were dedicated to, or we've talked about some of the places, right? Or the oracle, or what was the purpose of that particular place. And now we're listening to the stones in the land that has all the wisdom. It's been there all the time. The stones that were built, that watched and hold the wisdom as well as the fear and the pain. So part of our purpose is to heal by listening, revering, remembering, and letting it activate us so we can go out and activate the parts of us that are ready to be remembered. And we all can create a chain, like a domino effect across the world. And then we're going to have the Dolphins of Delphi. I'm super excited about that. We'll do that on Tuesday. So these are the ones we've already done. The Oracle at Delphi Speaks, Athena Goddess. Please skip the first 36 minutes. The sound was horrific, and I haven't taken it down just because the full moon meditation was quite good. This is one of my favorites, the Ancient Healing Mystery Schools of, this is where I told you about the healing centers, and we do go through a healing. And oh, this is where you go if you were interested in the dolphin healing Mayan magic retreat. We have one in December and one in March of next year. And then I don't know when or if they will be. So this is today, and we just talked about that, and good. So now, what I thought we were going to do was walk through the forests and the glens and the mountains and the seas and the caves and the valleys, and maybe we will, I don't know. I'm going to hand it over to Pan in a moment. So he is a very beloved to me because of working with him through this healing system. I began to see him on a daily basis and start to grow a connection to, what I didn't just see him right away, right? It was just like, is he there? I don't know. Are you there? Please come. And, years of that kind of stuff till I now know and see and use most of my clairs, and almost all of the, I have outer vision, inner vision, and different things are a part of me, and they have fine-tuned different aspects to this to sort of be my specialty. I can see different things, like when I was a child, everything having a name and everything. So, part of what I love is the imagination, the igniting of the imagination, the fun, the frolicking. He's the god of the wild, right? The wild and nature. And I love that idea. Artemis embodies that idea, right? She runs through the woods barefoot. She's able to bound with the deer. She's one with the forest. And at the same time, she's flying through like that. She could take a bow and arrow, not to hurt anything, but this is a representative of focus, and have pinpoint focus. This is that young maiden strength, athletic. And then Pan is dancing and frolicking, bringing that almost dolphin-like energy, right? And he works with the overlighting deva of healing. And so to me, they kind of go together. And so that's such a beautiful feeling. If you tune into the devas, and Pan is a great guide to connect to if you love nature and you want to connect deeper to a lot of the parts of nature. So anything wild, okay? Natural animals, forest, glens, caves, watching, of shepherds, of course, because that was such a big thing, and he's part goat, and flocks, and of course his flute, which we talked about, and he's from a part of the Peloponnese of Greece called Arcadia, which was all rustic and mountainous, and there weren't any temples built to him. So you see with these other gods, we're seeing, there's the temple of Poseidon, and there's the temple of Athena, and the temple of Aphrodite, and so on. And no, there's been found, I think, 1 or 2 places that had actual inscription that was like, this altar is dedicated to Pan, the god of nature. But because he was mostly worshipped in or enjoyed or communicated with or celebrated in these nature areas, the temples to him were caves, were forests, were glens, were sacred places in wisdom, in nature, where you could feel the wisdom. So this is what you want to do, and you can ask Pan to go with you when you go on your next nature walk and see if he wants to show you some secret magic places or takes you somewhere that you think you've seen, and yet you haven't really connected to the magic of it yet. So when you're awakening, this is what we're doing. We're awakening the ancient wisdom within us. And really, you have to connect to your other lives. Your other lives hold wisdom and powers, and the wounds are ready to go. But more important now is the focus on which wisdoms and which powers are relevant for me now. So coming to ancient Greece, this is just one era of ancient Greece, right? There was prehistoric and magic and mythical before that, and Bronze Age, and then after that the Byzantine era, and there's so many layers of energy. You may be standing in an ancient site, and one of the ones we go to, you can see the temples that were built over the temples and the churches that were built over the layers, and now you're tapping into a layer cake energy from all these different belief systems and all these different energies. And we go in a very special way. We go and we tap into the light codes. We tap into the power for light, harmony through the heart. So if there is fear and there's a lot of pain, and that does go with a lot of these things, we open a channel for that to be removed, to be healed, to be whatever's optimal for it, and it is not, does not attach to us, and it does not come with us. So you get to start to communicate and co-create. So we're really going to be aware the whole time that we are walking the land, that the stones and that everything in the ground, right? And everything on the ground, and the plants and the trees, and all of this nature everywhere is, and so many animals. Oh my goodness, when you look up Greek animals in ancient times, they had everything in their homes, crazy amounts of stuff, geese and all this stuff. They had a lot of animals in their myths, and they have a lot of animals in their beliefs, their spiritual essence, the spirit guides. So remember, there's a sacred spirits circle, spirit guide circle tomorrow. So if you haven't joined, join. And if you have joined, night, the 1st September. Woo! And I tell you what, we're downloading some really exciting stuff. So he was kind of like the Pied Piper, I told you that. So I want you to feel that joy and hear the flute, all right? And the elementals, so all the fairies and the different thing, they had an immense respect for nature spirits. So we're going to have Demeter. Demeter is a mother goddess of spring and fall, and her daughter Persephone has to go back down to the underworld. And then she, then the story is, well, she's sad, so she lets everything die in the winter and goes still, and then her daughter comes back in the spring, and then she becomes happy, and her energy brings life force and new growth to everything in the spring. So to me, these are the ones that are most, and they're, all connected, but these are the ones that are most connected for us. So these three beautiful goddesses, and Pan, and he loves that idea. And he loves the idea that we've got some nymphs here and some sylphs here and some other beautiful energy spirits. So let's see the nature and the magic and the wisdom that is within these stories to open the heart and the eyes and stir the cells and the memory to reconnect to the divine rhythms and melodies in Gaia's pulse. So I'm going to show you something incredibly sacred. And this is something that completely blows my mind, that this all came to me the first week that this idea of Greece penetrated, got through to me, where I was like, what? Are you real? Are you serious? So receive this, because this nurturing is really powerful. And what we're going to look at here is going to take us into a magical realm. So get comfortable wherever you are and relax, because we're about to go deep. Pan is here. The elementals are here. Gaia is holding space. Artemis, the beautiful, Diana, if you're familiar with the Roman name for her, the young maiden, strong, independent nature goddess. Okay, and Demeter, the beautiful mother goddess that brings life force and tends all of the beautiful plants. And Pan, of course, our frolicking, fun, happy, beautiful guide. Now, the magic here is for the mind. The magic is for the medicine to free the mind, because the mind is the prison that says there's no magic, yet it's all around you and within you. And this is for your mind to be so filled with the magic of this sacred place that your mind is going to overflow. And you're going to be filled with the nature medicine of your perfect elixir, your perfect mixture for you and your soul at this time. Everything here is so excited, because the freedom for our heart, the love for our personality, the inspiration for our soul, every aspect, no more judgment. No more judgment. So I want you to take a deep breath in. Feel yourself now surrounded by the sacred space that I have created. You are safe between the worlds. Let the breath go and give yourself permission to be a clear and open channel for the highest good for all concerned. This is Pan's cave. This is the oracle cave of Delphi from ancient times. This is where we will go and we'll activate the magic and awaken it within us. We will be here divinely downloading and gifting whatever energy. If you are meant to bring a soul code, see if you're called. And you could come next year. And yet, if you're called now, there's an urgency to all of us to remember that the physical world is not meant to limit our spiritual growth, that the physical world is not meant to be the leader of your life, that your soul is needing to evolve much more quickly, and that what's coming next year will be extremely different and very intense. And every opportunity you have to remember your sacred codes, this is the moment to do it. So now allow yourself to enter the sacred space. I have communicated with this space. I have asked it to welcome us. I've surrounded it many layers of light, conscious energy. We've been connecting to the gods and goddesses. We've been connecting to stones of energy. And we've been connecting sacred lives that we've had or the lives that are relevant to us. And now we have the most ancient opportunity to go into Gaia. The oracle began from Gaia. She created the earth. She created the caves. She created the oracle, the first oracle, Daphnis. Daphnis was a beautiful woman who channeled Gaia. And Ge, her son, the great serpent, the protector of the earth, the holder of life force, he protected them. And here, and I'm sure other caves, the oracle would sit and receive her magical downloads. She was the only one allowed in. Her and Pan, the nature spirits, the elementals, they are so present. Now relax. You can see the sacred circle. See where we'll be standing and sitting. See the rocks. Feel them. You can feel yourself entering, bending over and peering inside, letting your eyes adjust from the light, walking. Slowly, you can feel the thick magic in the air. You breathe it in. It feels so rich, so familiar, yet long, long forgotten. You move forward very slowly, allowing your foot to connect to the stone floor. One cell. Hello, my old friend. Here I am in Gaia. I am here. Yasu. And I am here. I enter this sacred space with an open heart, reverent and full of wonder and joy, ready and willing to step out of the past and the pain and the patterns and to let it all crumble. Join my ancient future. You take another step and begin to stand up. the space becoming clear to you. You simply allow yourself to stand. So many senses, smell. You can feel the coolness, the moistness of the air. You can smell the fire, smoke from ancient time till now, still lingering, holding its sacred power. The sacred smokes swirl around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The fire spirits invite you. The fire fairies are dancing. Now is the time. Now is the moment. I am ready to release the past and be the spirit, to enter the frequency of the divine, to allow Gaia's womb to hold me, to heal me, to free me. I now ask Pan to appear in whatever way is optimal to guide me into this sacred space, to connect me with the energies. I'm ready to remember, receive, release, and realign. And so it is, and so it is. Yes, and so it is. Yes, I accept. Yes, I accept. Yes, I accept. Yes, I accept. Allow the thick magic energy in the air. Allow it to soak into your aura. It is rich, flavorful, like thick cream. It dances on your taste buds in your aura, plays a melody through your body I've never, ever imagined was real. It was only in your dream, forgotten, put away, the ones that you never thought would be. Yes, they can. Yes, yes, you are. You're magic. You're magic. Enter this sacred space and remember your truth. Magic. You take your crystals that you've brought with you and your gifts for Pan, for the oracle, for Daphnis, and for Gaia, and for all your sisters and brothers who've come here before and asked and been served and been healed, to celebrate their healing and to give thanks for their willingness. To all who have lived and loved, healed. We place them on the sacred rock, find sacred spot. You're going to leave beautiful crystal somewhere here where no one will see it. You will always be connected to it. Now you feel yourself moving around, dripping with magic. You can see the light, dome, all the emerald green glow. They send out tiny sacred symbols, come and float around, begin to form a vortex inside the sacred circle. You feel all of the elementals, all of the earth and the water, all of the air and the fire, all of the metal and the minerals, all of the divine. And man is dancing. He's playing his magic flute. The sacred circle of stones become alive. You feel as if your soul, your heart is dancing, it's singing along with the song. Bring it in to your center. Allow this sacred medicine to be just exactly what your soul designed for this moment. The 7 sacred flames are dancing. You can see them, you can feel them. They pop in and out. Rows and circles of violet and blue, yellow, even gold. They flare, they look like a candle. They dance with each other. Red and orange, green. They glow. They dance, the fire fairies. Now, dance for you. Throw what you no longer need in here. Give it all up. You have more than you need. Your ancient future is calling. Allow yourself to release everything into the sacred flame. To all the circles that have been held here, all the purifications, all the message, all the healing. Now is your time. If you have not closed your eyes, please do, and turn your focus and vision within. You are here in the sacred cave. There is 1,000 different sacred ceremonies happening. You sit and watch. You're a part of them all and a part of none. You sense that the flute is moving the energies in your blood, opening portals in your mind, altering your perception. Now everything is alive. Everything is alive. Sense the rhythm, heartbeat. The circle has been called again. The sacred circle was broken long ago. The heart was broken long ago. We had to travel alone, side by side, not knowing how much we loved each other, how much wisdom we had, how much magic we could create together. Now we have walked that long, long road back to the now moment. This is the now and the never. This is the new. This is the future. This is the past. This is the ancient. This is the timeless. Before time, before form, before thought, there was one love. You are that one love. until you receive this love from full worthiness, valuing yourself, willing without one iota of doubt. You will instantly turn all energy to gold. The gold ray and the gold light, sun, the sun and Helios and Apollo, Gaia and moon, all of the energies, they're here. The fairies are dancing, coming up from the earth, little crystal fairies, little nymphs from drops of water, dancing, all dancing, everyone dancing to Pan's beautiful flute. You can feel the love, through surrender, through love, brought into form and raised to joy. No pain can exist here. Dance with the flames. No, the past is fading. The dancing is bringing you. You feel as if you've separated worlds. You're playing in the nature spirits. You begin to move through the stones, down through the earth. You pass through the crystals and the waters. You move into the oils and the minerals. You shine with the coppers, golds. You rise through the roots, become the tree. Feel the branches spreading, spreading, spreading. Feel the leaves receiving, 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 drinking the gold down in to the belly. Oh, to receive with no barriers. Yes, down, down, down through into the roots again. And now feeling the cave holding you, a circle of love, light. Pure, untainted, divine. You are love. You are deep love. Jerry, you forgot. You forgot it. Forgot it. Turn around, turn around. Your backpack opened, your canteen fell out. There's an important thing you've left behind. Find it now. Find it before the 3 weeks are up. Find it and you will know the new path. Find it. You do not yet realize what you have lost, and yet it is yours. The magnetic trail grows cold. You are focused on the wrong thing. Turn around, look for what fell, what rolled off the road, what rolled into the ditch, what is covered by the growth. Look with your heart. You will find it. It will find you. It needs to find you. Your path needs a new step, a new step. You must step differently. Now is the time. The elves will help. Julie, 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 Julie of the sapphire, Julie of the silver, Julie, Julie, Julie. There's too many diamonds. There's too many diamonds that you cloak. You're not the midnight sky. You now must remove the cloak, remove the cloak. The deep, dark velvet has felt so beautiful. The anonymity has felt so soft, so safe. This is no longer the curse. The suffering is over. Yes, this was a curse. Yes, you agreed to this curse. Yes, yes, yes. It's done. Uncloak thyself. Uncloak thyself. You know thyself. You falsely cloak thyself. And you agree to live in the illusion. Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. Tracy, Tracy, you're here. Tracy, Tracy, you're dancing around the circle. Tracy, Tracy, you're dancing around kind of like Native Americans where they lift the knees up very high and they pound the foot down, you know, maybe once or two times onto the earth. But there, every time you touch the earth, rainbows go up you like crossways. They go up like an arch through you. You boom, 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 and release it. Boom, 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 and release it. Boom, boom, boom. So you're releasing healing, coloring, healing waves, waves of color, waves of rainbow, waves of rainbow. Iris is here. And Pan says that the rainbow is in your yard. The rainbow is in your, is that a hand? Is it a hand? It's in her hand. It's in her palm. It's in her palm. See the rainbow, the full color spectrum in your palm, your palm. You're looking at your right palm, your right palm. Hold it up to your forehead. Hold your palm to your forehead. Hold your palm to the top of your head right here. Hold your palm to the crown, where the crown starts, the hairline. These are fire fairies that live in this rainbow energy that is waves and waves and waves. Oh, you have a lot. The little fibers. You have little fibers in your face. You have little fibers in your nose. You have little fibers. They're like, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. They're keeping you from opening your eyes. They make you feel like there's always something there. Fire fairies, release these. Fire fairies, release these. Fire fairies, reveal these. Be gone, be gone, be gone. They're like moths. They're mischievous moth fairy kind of energies that have been playing in your vision and keeping you from fully opening that. So these waves, if you can tune in and let them come, boom, boom, whoosh, boom, boom, okay? Through your foot chakra, boom, boom, on the ground, whoosh, wave up, boom, boom, feel it. And you look very much like the silhouette of you is like a Native American with these like big, they're feathers, I guess, but they come straight up out of your head, but you're bent over, boom, boom, up, poof, and out the crown. Him, our queen, Kim, you are standing at the cave door looking out, not looking in. Kim, you have your back to your magic. Kim, you're not looking into the sacred cave that's been opened for you. Kim, leave your body like a shell. Exit through the sacral. Move into the magic, because this is where you come alive. You're a fountain. You're connected to water elementals. You're connected to hot places that have fire in the earth, that have red in the earth, and animals that have red in their color, and that red and brown, and these things are earthy, but they are like a fountain for you. The water must come with you. Fire is very hot. Your left hand has been burned. Your left hand is very, very burned. It's been burned up past the wrist, and it is disfigured, very scarred from fire. Very few pieces of the hand work. There's a spot at the top of the palm, at the heel of the palm, the center. And this is where you maintained your power of intuitive flow. But it was after disfigure, it was after being burned, it was after being punished, being warned, being outcast. You're standing on the outside of the cave, looking out, looking down, because you were banished, because you were outcast, because you lost so much. You stand and you don't care about the hand or the pain that happened. You stand wondering what the purpose of all this pain is for. And you stand there now again in this life. It's time for both of you to turn and enter the cave of your secrets, your magic. Well, I don't know how long you were skipping and missing me, but I feel like we are reaching a conclusion, and I will be communicating more with all of these entities, and as these come through, there's other aspects. They are asking that you feel your intuitive, the angel hair, the hair kind of, it is your physical hair, but it's more than that. This magic, this cave, these messages, these ancients, what we have released, remembered, and received. All is within magic, divine protection, love, and light. We receive the gold ray, sacred flames, Pan, and Gaia. We receive these messages from our divine inner self and the nature spirits. We walk in love and you. So it is. You. Well, I don't know about you, that uh, is very beautiful and expanded, and I feel like on the tip of something really major. So I'm going to lay down right now and see what's coming through me. Do the same, please. Share with me in whatever way that we can communicate what you received, how you felt. There's something about caves, we go to them here, something about this ancient cave that to me is, it's almost the key, and it's going to be what we do the first and or second day, and all of the opening from the oracle. So thank you for going there with me and beginning one of our first journeys there together and being a part of the sacred circle that opened it. Namaste. I hope I see you in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle tomorrow. We've got some amazing information coming through. I've got some new things. I'm creating little videos of different nature things that we're going to put some music to and guide you through little minute meditations of receiving messages and medicine from different spirit energies, plants, and who knows? Okay. Namaste, my loves. Love you. Wow. I'm so out there.